102.5 News Update.
Good morning. I'm Ethan Thomas with the news. The four-state area is still digging out from a winter storm that began Friday night and ended early Sunday. MoDOT says some roads could remain snow-covered on into the middle of the week. Joplin saw a little over 7 inches. Neosho saw around 7, while residents in Carthage reported 9 inches. The Red Cross says prepare for severe winter storms and extreme low temps. You can see a full list of Red Cross safety tips inside the KZRG app. Your news is brought to you by Kansas City University. KCU Joplin is hiring dentists and full-time staff to join their dental education team. Local dentists can make a lasting impact, full-time, part-time, or even 1 day a week. Apply now at kansascity.edu/jobs. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-782-1310. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ethan Thomas on KIX 102.5.
It's going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be around 21. That extreme cold warning, though, is in effect until at least noon, with highs today expected to only reach 21, and it's -4 right now in Joplin. Tonight's going to be clear and cold with lows around 11. Then on Tuesday, mostly sunny with highs near 31 and lows down around 8. Won't get up to what begins to feel more like normal. Maybe what's normal until this weekend. KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything over the 4 states. It is -5 in Webb City, -5 in Seneca, and -3 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app. It's time now for the KIX Kids Pledge, brought to you by Club Car Wash, with 3 locations open across Joplin and Miami. Check them out at clubcarwash.com. Today we're featuring Maverick, Miranda, and Matthew from Neosho.
Congratulations to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Pledge, you can find out more information by going to the KIX website. Got the secret sound on the way in 19 minutes. Here's Shabuzi and Jelly Roll on KIX. Morning, everybody. Are you frozen? How is everybody? Morning, Thomas. Morning, Megan. Morning, Jimmy. Who all's here? Christy. It is cold. Very cold. Again, I was talking about this earlier this morning. -3 now. We've lost another degree. But once you get down to like 20 degrees or so, from there on down, it all feels the same. In other words, you can't feel anything because it's all frozen. But really, I can't tell the difference between -3 and 20. I really cannot tell that things have warmed up that much or that there's that much of a difference. Thomas can see his breath. There was a buddy of mine in a town in Indiana. Is it in Indiana, right, where they were? That did a deal where they let spaghetti freeze with a fork. And the fork... Then they let go of it, and it's just a big, long strand of spaghetti with a fork up there floating in midair, looks like. And it's frozen solid. I think they took turns holding it. It took over 10 minutes for it to freeze. Because holding your arm out there like that in the ice cold for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or however long it took would have been miserable. Yeah, Megan says, if the wind's not blowing, it feels the same. I totally agree. The wind is usually what makes it feel miserable cold. But it is very cold. I mean, that's an obvious statement, but there's a lot of people that still aren't going to work or still not going out because all secondary streets and roads are snow and ice covered. Just the main roads are clear. That's all. I took a couple of secondary streets this morning on my way to work, and yeah, they're snow and ice covered, snowpack, and probably won't get that much clearer today. So while most of the area schools, if not all, are closed today, they probably will be again tomorrow. Because it's not going to get that much warmer today, and it's going to refreeze again tonight. I really don't expect to see them going back to school till probably later in the week. If then, I'm looking ahead to like Friday's going to be 23, Saturday's going to be 26. This whole week is going to be very, very, very cold. It's just going to be a snowed in, let's hibernate, huddle up under all the blankets in the corner of the closet, that kind of a week. Let's do the Primatine. Oh, it's about empty. I have one coming tomorrow, another one. For some reason, Walmart shipped it rather than delivering. I mean, I guess I could go by Walmart and get one, but then I'd have to go to the parking lot and all that stuff. I'd have to deal with Walmart people in a Walmart parking lot with snow and ice on. I don't think so. Yeah, Jimmy, do you have pants on, Jimmy? We're checking. You better have. I think I'm going to have extra coffee today. What do you guys think? I mean, it's definitely cold enough to warrant that, right? Warrant. Morning, Felicia. Chuck luck. Take much chuck with your luck, Felicia. I don't know what that. Yes, it is our turn to do the EAS, Megan. And while the guidelines say we're not supposed to do an EAS while there is a watch or a warning going on. So probably shouldn't do one today. I mean, it is a extreme cold warning, so it's not like we have storms in the area. We could get away with it, but it is our turn. So if we don't do it today, we need to do it tomorrow. Morning, Bryson. It's beginning to warm up now in Joplin. It's -3. So what did everybody do over the weekend? Anybody go out and play in the snow? Did anybody sled in it? I mean, yesterday should have been a really, really, really good snow day for sledding. If you wanted to get out and brave the cold. You couldn't stay out there very long, but maybe half an hour or an hour would be tops. But if you had a hillside anywhere with the snow yesterday, once the sun came out, began to very lightly thaw the surface snow, and the rest of it was, frozen solid, so it was really fluffy, made really, really good sledding weather. Come on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:08. It is going to be sunny today and cold. We've got an extreme cold warning until 12 o'clock noon today. -3 right now in Joplin. And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 15 minutes. Plus, we've got your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound at 7:20. $927.50 could be yours if you can be caller number 5 at 7:20 and tell me what the sound is. Here's Brett Eldridge on KIX 102.5. I want to make some more coffee. I have a little bit left in here. I think today's a 2-cup kind of day. So he's talking about all the closings. I know, like my wife, while her bank is open, she last night, she got the message that they were going to open her branch. And so she's like, I guess I should try to go in. I said, no, you better go try to see if you can get out of the driveway right now while I'm here and I can help you instead of in the morning when I won't be able to. So she went out and tried to get her car out of the driveway. She got it out of the garage, down to the end of the driveway. But then when she got down to where the snowplow pile was, she could not get past that. She stopped. And if you ever stop with a snowplow pile in front of you, you know you're never going to start again. You're just going to sit there and your car can't get up on top of that. So it's just going to sit there and spin. And that's what happened. So I ran down real quick and was able to get, I thought I was going to have to either get my truck and push her, or because I didn't think I could get around her to pull her out. But I was able to get it loose finally and out onto the pavement, which had been plowed. And we turned around and I thought, okay, I've got to try to get her car back up our driveway into the garage. So I just took a run at it doing like 30 mile an hour, and she screamed when we hit the snowplow pile, because it just went, snow all over the vehicle. And then we're headed right for my driveway retaining wall, and I somehow drifted it around and got it straightened up, got it up the driveway and in the garage. It's like right there, pro driving. That's what that was. And of course, I didn't have any trouble today getting out. My truck will go anywhere. We had more trouble when we were driving on the moon than we did this morning with my truck, because it'll make it to the moon. Takes a while, but we can get there. I am too, Thomas. I really am surprised that I don't have a small coffee maker. They don't allow drinks in the studio. This never happens. KIX 102.5. Why am I talking over a liner, guys? That's a good question for right now, I think. Why did I do that? Why? No idea. Yeah, this is not allowed. This is not allowed either. You do not. These are like cardinal rules. So we just let cardinals abide by them. Okay, guys, I'm going to run real quick and start this. It'll just take a second. They've got a Keurig back there in the break room. And then I'll be right back, okay? Talk amongst yourselves. Be honest now. The past few minutes, a lot better than what you were experiencing, right? Morning, everybody. Stay warm and order Domino's. Poor Domino's guys, though. Morning, Adam. So Bryson was messaging me. Let me go back. Let me see what I've missed. Why? What? Next time, I won't bring you a huge box of chocolates. To who? Thomas? To me? Why? Why not? I'm glad we got snow and no ice. Yeah, because I've got, let me tell you, I've got relatives in the south central part of the state. They got sleet and ice all day or late on Saturday night, and then I guess they got snow on top of that. And then I have a buddy who's in Tennessee who's been without power for the past 36, 48 hours because of the ice storms. And he said they don't know when they're going to get our power back on. He's like, I'm bundled up. I bought him battery-powered heat socks, for Christmas, and he's got those handy. Let me see. Greg says, gutless work van was stuck in front of the house this morning. Been putting it to Warsaw all morning, just past Pomme de Terre, super foggy on the lake. Oh. Putting it to Warsaw. Well, hopefully Warsaw asked for it first. Morning, Greg. Morning, Gary. Sorry. Adam says he's got family in Tennessee that lost power and a sister in Ohio that's dealing with all this now, too. Yeah, I would much rather have what we got rather than what they're having to deal with. All right. Wait a minute. We need another song. I was about ready to undelete. Are you serious? Let's do Days Like These. Yeah, because it's just 17 after. We got time. Kansas had no power this morning, but think it's back on. It's Jimmy. Yeah, but they just do that to punish you guys. It's about the time you messaged you. It came back on. So what happened, Bryson? And we're trying to figure it out. Hold on. I'll explain what happened. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Got your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound right after Luke Combs on KIX 102.5. All right, this has got to be fixed. I'm doing this, and then when I come up, it is like tangling because the cord's twisted. Hold on. It's happened every single time I've gone on today. Stupid first world problems. So what happened over the weekend on Saturday morning, Bryson, I appreciate when you guys hear something and let me know. Sometimes I don't see your messages quickly enough, but I appreciate always like that. So we have right here on this computer, we have a mode that's automatic where it goes from one file to the next file to the next file to the next file, and it usually does that, and I don't have to think about it and allows me to focus on you guys and other things that we're doing. But when I get up against a break or get up where we're going to talk, sometimes I want it to stop. So I'll reach up and I'll hit this button on my console that says manual. And it communicates an electronic signal to this computer that tells it, hey, stop it after this song. Don't roll into the next file. Stop right there. And that's called manual mode. So for some reason, it had switched from automatic to manual mode, and we can't figure out why. It's never done that in 10, 15 years of having this particular software. Never has done that. And our engineer thinks, I wonder if there was something on the console, setting on the console, bumping it. And we have a girl that comes in and watches stuff, on Saturday or Friday night, overnight, Saturday morning, and wonder if she moved that, but it was too late. It had already done whatever it was doing. We don't know. We're trying to figure out. Our engineer, he was handy, and he came in, restarted everything, started it again, and worked fine. Just one of those things. Everything changes in here every single day. What was different today? Oh, it's Facebook. Took away the ability to edit your... So used to, you could choose what your still picture was on a video. The one when you're scrolling through and there's it locks on a still. Well, Facebook inevitably always chooses the most awkward. It's like, So you sometimes want to move it past that to one where you're smiling or something. They took that away. It was not the marker, Shiala. The marker has... By the way, my coffee's done and I can't go get it because I only have 40 seconds. Can I? Hold on, let's see. 40 seconds. Time me. Ta-da! 15 seconds. Now I got to get my air back so I can talk. Franklin, Tennessee. Yeah, my buddy lives near Franklin, and he's without power. Oh, my gosh. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen. It's going to be cold today. A cold weather warning in effect. And it's only supposed to get up 21 by this afternoon. That warning going to last until 12 o'clock noon. And we will give you a complete look at the weather forecast in just 5 minutes. But right now, it is time for you to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound. We've got $927.50 that could be yours if you can be caller number 5 at 623-1025 and tell me, what is this sound? Not that sound, this sound. $927.50 if you can be caller number 5 and tell me what that is from the 4 states #1 for cash. The problem is not getting back here on time. The problem is having enough air to speak with after I get back here on time. Hi there, Morning KIX. You're caller number 1. Hi, Morning KIX. You're caller number 2. Hi there, Morning KIX. You're caller number 3. Hi, Morning KIX. You're caller number 4. Hi there, Morning KIX. Who is this?
It's Mike.
Mike, where are you from?
Miami.
Mike from Miami. You are caller number 5. All right, Mike, $927.50. Pressure's up against it, Mike. Can you tell me, what is this sound?
I'm going to say they're riding the skateboard across a wooden floor.
He says riding a skateboard across a wooden floor for $927.50, Mike. That is not it. But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $952.50, and give you another chance to guess and win tomorrow morning at 7:20.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Mike. Have a good day, buddy.
You too. Bye.
Hi, Mike. Little bit editing, not much.
Yeah.
But we're going to put in... Okay, we're ready to go. Adam says he can't get the call in. Megan says, I think we will be out here until Wednesday or Thursday. Hold on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, and we're looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound. Mike from Miami, you are caller number 5. All right, Mike, $927.50. Pressure's up against it, Mike. Can you tell me, what is this sound?
I'm going to say either riding a skateboard across a wooden floor.
He says riding a skateboard across a wooden floor for $927.50. Mike, that is not it. But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $952.50, and give you another chance to guess and win tomorrow morning at 7:20.
All right. Thanks, sir.
That was me counting down the bed. It was running out. It was like perfect. Okay, I got questions. I'm going back. Christy's saying, Megan's saying, oh, dear, sweet baby Jesus. Can he make it? It's probably you slapping the desk all the time. What are you talking about, Jimmy? Wasn't sure if you... Yes, Bryson, you can always message me. You're not bugging me. I may not see it, so I don't keep Facebook on my phone just for that reason. I mean, just because to help filter a little bit of that to keep from getting bugged by it. But if I go on a computer or something, I will check it. I will see it. So I appreciate it. And then Megan says, I think we will be out here until Wednesday or Thursday. You don't have power, Megan? What? Chris said, the roads are still bad in front of my house. We watch people getting stuck like crazy. Yeah. If you've got a secondary street, unless you're a main street or a main road, you've still got snow and ice on them. Yeah, I don't think they'll have school tomorrow, Shiala. I don't think. Much like you. Megan, you don't have power? Back to that. I didn't know you were without power. What are you guys doing? Is there any... school, I know, yes. Oh, we're talking about school. She thinks they will be out of school until when... Okay, because I was like, if any of you guys are without power... Okay. Yeah, it's Shiala. Let's school Randy. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, too. It's not going to melt a lot. Even with sun convection, it's going to be like mid to late afternoon before any melting goes on. And when melting happens this slowly, it just refreezes in the overnight. Yeah, I would say Wednesday or Thursday. Probably Megan's got it right. Oh, by the way, speaking of getting things right, can we talk about the 14-inch prediction of snow and how much we actually got? Because remember, I had said 9 inches, and I was off. I was quite a bit off. How much did we get, kids? Anybody know? I've heard measurements of 5 inches, 6 inches, and I think that's exaggerating a little bit. I think 4 or 5 inches was a lot closer to what we actually got. I think there's like 4 inches out there. It was not 14 inches, which we knew it wasn't going to be. It wasn't even 9 inches that I predicted, which I was going based off the 3 inches on Friday evening, 3 inches or 4 and 5 inches on Saturday, and another 3 inches on Sunday. What happened was we didn't get hardly any until like late Friday night, Saturday morning. Megan says we got close to 10 south of I-44. I believe that. I believe that's very possible. Christy, they're still going through all the rules and checking to see who actually had it the closest. We'll probably get an announcement. I'm sure we will later this week, but I don't know who exactly won it yet. How much did we get in Joplin? I don't know what the actual amount was. At my house, it was right around 5 inches. But these people, and you know who they were, okay? You consider your weathermen. And their weathermen were saying, could see as much as 14 inches and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whatever. 6. Christy says it was 6 that they got here in Joplin. So I was a lot closer than the 14 snowpocalypse inches they were talking about. Yeah, you guys had some sleet. We didn't get any of that. It was just heavy snowfall. And we really didn't. So anyway, we didn't get any Friday night. Saturday morning, it started snowing pretty heavily, but then it stopped again, and it didn't start again until Saturday afternoon. And then snowed Saturday night into Sunday, didn't it? Yeah, Sunday morning early. Greg says, Highway 65 towards Max Creek. I'm not sure where Max Creek is. Joplin Airport said 6 inches. So, yeah, that's about what we got to. Not 14 inches. I was off, but I was a lot closer than the 14-inch predictors. I think originally what I'd said was 8 to 12 inches, right? Wasn't that what I said? And I tried to get in between that on the conservative level, so I said, okay, 9. And I was figuring we'd get 3 inches Friday night, 3 inches Saturday, and 3 inches Sunday. That didn't happen. Take 3 inches off of that, and that's what we got. So we just didn't get the Friday night snowfall that they expected. It didn't happen until much later. So would they choose? Shiala, they would choose when the first inch was accumulated. Okay? So they don't start remeasuring. So of this snowfall, it's the first inch. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 731. So what'd you think of our 14-inch snowfall? We didn't get no 14 inches of snow, okay? We only got 6 inches officially here in Joplin. We realized there was more in some outlying areas, and especially south of us where they're dealing with sleet and ice. We'll talk more about it right after Lainey Wilson on KIX 102.5. Yeah, right, Jimmy? Hope all y'all that were wanting snow will now shut your pea-picking, stupid, so all that bought 2 weeks worth of bread and milk, hope you use it for the molds or expires. I don't know. I kind of hope it molds and expires on them, Bryson. Yep. Tried to buy bread, by the way. Tried to buy bread and could only get 1 loaf. We usually go through 2, but we could only get 1 loaf on our order. I did go out Friday evening and I thought, well, nobody's going to be out because they're all expecting this snowstorm. So it'd be a nice opportunity for me and my wife to go out and enjoy dinner. So we went to Texas Roadhouse and we had steak and everything. It was crowded. Everybody apparently had that idea. And then we came home and we watched the Bergoni movie that's on Peacock right now. It has, oh my gosh, I can't think of any of these actors' names. But if you get the chance to watch the Bergoni, I thought it was really good. I knew what was coming. There's a big twist at the end. I knew what was coming. I predicted it all through the movie. But still, when it got there, it threw me. It's up for an Academy Award. I'm not sure who or for why. But it was pretty good. I also watched the movie with The Rock, Mr. Slammer, or whatever it's called. It's about the UFC guy. I thought that was going to be a lot better than it was. I was a little disappointed. It was not that great. Yeah, speaking of, the guy climbing the tower, okay, so it didn't end up happening until Saturday. I don't know why. So he did successfully make it to the top of Taipei 101. It's the tallest building in Taiwan. It took him 1 hour and 35 minutes. He did that whole building in an hour and a half. There were thousands of people watching on the ground and hundreds more watching from inside on the 11th tallest building in the world. He had no major difficulties, but said it was really windy up near the top. Profound thoughts from Alex Honnold, professional climber. The wind blew, and so did this Netflix special. I mean, I haven't been this underwhelmed since David Blaine spent 90 days at the bottom of an Olympic pool filled with pudding. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 734. It's going to be very cold today if you hadn't noticed. We do have a cold weather advisory in effect as the temperature is only -3 in Joplin. It's -7 right now in Diamond, -7 in Pittsburgh. We'll give you a complete look at the weather forecast in just 25 minutes, along with 4 states news. Plus, in the next hour, we're going to be talking about your crazy pets, especially during the wintertime when they're locked up and they can't go outside and they begin to get cabin fever. We want to know, what is the craziest behavior that your pets have ever had? What's the craziest thing they've ever done? 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook. Well, now that the snow is over with, and as we're trying to dig out from everything, there is a new fear that you have to contend with. There's a new horror that you'll have to deal with over the next couple of days, and it is...
Just when you thought you had finished shoveling your driveway,
Man, that was a lot of snow.
it comes out of nowhere. The plow. It doesn't care. It has no conscience, and no one can stop it.
Damn you, plow!
The Plow, coming soon, because winter isn't even close to over yet.
Okay, and that close, and that close. Did you just hear a chicken? No, Jimmy, but that's usually a sign that you have rabies. I think you should go to the doctor. Bryson said, none. Thankfully, the last one came 2 days before the storm, and now we're done till the end of February, early March. What came? So the guy climbing, you know what his first words were when they got him up to the top? Get me the heck down from here. What? No, okay, wait a minute. That was an amazing feat, wasn't it? The guy climbing the tower. One for the record books. I mean, an event that will live long in the pantheon of history. What was the guy's name again? Exactly. Oh, man. Greg said that's why he was stuck this morning. Plow piled it up around his van. Yeah, there's Christine, but they can only tell if you have rabies by cutting your head off. Right, and we're hopeful that that'll be the solution for Jimmy this year, Christine. There was no chicken, Jimmy. Again, do you smell almonds? Because if you hear chickens and smell almonds, then that's it. We have to tie you to a stake and burn you. Those are the rules. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them with my special marker. My wife said, you and your marker. I was like, sounds like a love song. Me and my marker, tiptoeing naked through the tulip fields. Sorry, it's just an image came to mind. Right, right. It's good coffee. Yes, it is. Christine doesn't know what the special marker is. Oh, Christine. Here, Christine, lean forward. Smell this. Come on, smell it. Don't argue with me. Just smell it. Don't tell me you can't smell it, because I know you can. It's that strong. It is the big Sharpie, the... It's good stuff, Maynard. Don't need that image. Which image? You want some images? Sarah, I can give you images all day long. I do not have a sniffing problem, Jimmy. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. I can stop sniffing anytime I need to or want to. I don't need to. It is not harmful. I drive better after I've been sniffing. Coffee cup's not open. Yep, got to work on that. That's a drinking problem right there. Strap in, everyone. Secure all loose articles of clothing. If we have to pull over, we are walking. We're not walking. I will beat you guys with this microphone cable. You hear me? You hear me? I have a buddy. Oh, him and his girlfriend. They've just declared their relationship publicly for the first time ever. And it's so adorable. It is. So he's in his mid to late 20s. And this guy, I've known him for the past 15, 16 years. Was a mentor to him when he was a kid. I know, bad choice on his parents' part, but he and I have been friends for a long time. He's a musician. We play together frequently. But him and this girl that I also know, we kind of hooked them up. I mean, we paired them up together. I asked him, hey, would you be interested in going out with her? And my wife kind of got in her corner and everything and talked, and we got them together. And now they have declared their relationship publicly for the first time ever. It's cute. It's adorable. And the other day, I forget what it was. We were at some public event or something, and I walked by them, and they're holding hands, and I went like that to them. And you should have seen their faces turn so red, and they stopped, and then they laughed. Oh, he's funny. But it was, yeah, whatever, Christine. I pay a lot of friends. Megan, you will be scared of my mic cord. I will make you scared of my mic. It leaves marks. Chiala says, poor Jenna. Who is Jenna? I have not lost it, Christine. I know exactly where it is. I hid it. I have not lost it. Don't say Randy's lost it. Say Randy's hidden it. Yes, that's what I'm having today too, Christy, is extra coffee. And my voice, I did not need this I did need it about midnight, but I hadn't taken it at all yesterday. I do feel like my cough stuff is finally getting better, but you can see on the end there. No, you can't. Yeah, it's in the red. So it's about useless, worn out. I may go by Walmart when I get off and get another one. I've got one coming on Tuesday. Oh, the marker needs to come with a helmet. It has one, Christine. Look. Helmet. I believe it's beginning to ferment. I mean, like it's turning. It's like changed. It smells different than it did when I first started sniffing it. It's greener smelling. You know what green smells like. Used to it was very pink smelling, but now it's got a green odor. It smells kind of like the number 4. If it starts smelling like 5, I'm done with it. Regina Baby is pushing button. Regina Baby? Do you call her Regina Baby too? Shiala? Is that? I thought that was just me. Yeah. Megan's diaphragm hurts from coughing. Well, maybe you should switch to the IUD or a pill or something, Megan. Okay. The Washington Post says they have canceled their plans to cover the upcoming Winter Olympics. Why? What? Why? I mean, how else will we learn who won the women's luge? And we now have our Super Bowl teams. Looks like it's going to be the New England Patriots against the Seattle Seahawks after they secured their bid yesterday. So, pretty much, I mean, who are you going to cheer for? I guess Seattle would be. I don't know. I don't think this will be very, very much of a Super Bowl for the 4 states because most people aren't fans of the Patriots, and I don't think they are the Seahawks. There may be a few fans of the Seahawks. Yeah, Christine says Seahawks. No, it's not a gateway drug, Bryson. It's not going to leave. I'm happy right here with me and my marker. Me and my marker. I have a grandbaby in my lap, and he is talking too. Oh, the come down will give you a heartache. The come down? When it gets to 5, throw it away. Yes, yes. 5 means it's turnt. You don't need to be sniffing no turnt marker. Turnt, turnt's dangerous. It can give you green eye hair if you sniff a turnt marker. What? What? Why are you calling me? Hi there, Morning KIX.
What are we going to do with you and your marker?
What's wrong with my marker? Hold on, I got 10 seconds here. Stay there, Christine. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Here's Jordan Davis on KIX 102.5. Greg says it could have been anything in the world and for some reason chose blue collar work. What? Oh, that he chose. What's going on, Christine? Are you frozen?
Yes, I am frozen.
You know what will take care of that frozen? Yeah, you know what will warm you up? A little sniffer the sniffers. A little sniff of the marker there. Hey, a little sniffity sniff.
You know, you're going to have a horrible headache when you come down.
Oh, you're telling me. Yes, it's constant anymore. What my big fear is not the headache or any of the possible physical side effects. It's the idea that I get jostled or something while sniffing it and accidentally give myself a Hitler mustache. And then wait a minute. And then while I'm on the video talking, you know, the way I do with my hands, it looks like I'm doing the Nazi salute while I'm imitating Hitler. And somebody's going to see that. And I just know that's going to be a problem.
You know, Randy, not many jobs can you get away with sniffing things like that
Well,
and still have a job.
you know, I imagine that the Sharpie marker company probably has someone who does this as part of their living. You know, that's their job. And I would like to apply for that. Did you see what kind it is, by the way? I'm holding it up to the camera right now. Did you see the name on it?
No, I can't because I'm on the phone.
It's a Magnum. Sharpie Magnum. It's the Magnum marker. You know why they call it a Magnum?
Oh, boy.
Do you know why they... Do
Okay,
you know why?
enlighten me.
Well, it's because it's bigger than the others.
Well, that's usually what that
Yeah, Magnum. Magnum. It's either that or because it has a mustache and likes to wear flowery shirts and drive Ferraris. It's one of those two.
Oh, the PI.
I've never looked up in its PI. I have no idea.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
What? What do you think PI stands for?
Closer to the station, I would come take that marker from you.
No, you will not. It's my marker. Leave my marker alone. Jen tried that. Jen tried to take it away from me and hide it, and I'm like, you don't. You get your little hands up out of there, Missy.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
It's taking her a couple of
What are you
seconds.
talking about today besides you and your marker?
We're talking about crazy pets. I have 25 seconds before I go on the air.
Crazy what?
Crazy pets. You ought to be able to weigh in on this. What's the craziest thing your pet's ever done? 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Gotta go, Christine. Have a great Monday. Bye. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen 749. It's going to be sunny today with an extreme cold warning in effect until at least 12 o'clock noon. Highs are going to be around 21, and it is right now -3 in Joplin, like -7 up in Girard. So colder areas depending on where you're at. We'll give you a look at the 4 states news and weather in just 11 minutes. Didn't get near the snowfall that they were predicting. 14 inches. Remember, everybody's like, oh, I've heard we're going to get 14 inches. I was like, I ain't going to get no 14 inches. Now, I was wrong, too. I said 8 inches, but I was a lot closer than 14. The official word at the Joplin Airport was 6 inches total snowfall for the weekend. Now, you probably had a little more or a little less, depending on where you were at, but it was a long way away from 14 inches, though. Regardless, we all do have a little digging out to do, and that's why most of the main streets in Joplin are clear, but the secondary streets, cross streets, those are still snow and ice covered and are probably going to be for the next day or two. Most of the area's schools are out, and if you don't have to get out on those at all, it's still a good idea to stay in because, my gosh, it's cold. And you need to have a little time at home to be able to do a little digging out, right? Everybody's going to be doing digging out over the next few days. Isn't that fun? Oh, by the way, if you have a heart or cardiovascular condition, maybe you oughtn't to do that, or maybe you ought to hire that done. We got dumped on by a superstorm. The snowdrifts are piled up so high.
Now I can barely get my foot out the door. My snowblower's broke, making me cry.
Oh, shoveling heavy snow gives me a heart attack. Here comes the dumb snow plow. Just cleared the drunk, now we put it back. I know the plow guy thinks it's funny.
Overexertion at winter time.
My body is all stretched out.
I'm getting cramps, throwing up.
'Cause I'm digging out. Still digging out. Darn it, look at all this. Oh, another snowdrift. Thanks.
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Okay, I love this. Greg says I could have been anything in the world. Hold on. Shut your pie hole, Jimmy. Megan says, small man, big marker, 1 radio mic, coming to a movie theater near you. Rated NC-17. Greg said, I could have been anything in the world and for some reason chose blue collar work. That's why I always say, I did real work for a while. I roofed houses. I painted. I did construction work. Somewhere along the line, I was like, hey, wait a minute. This is real work. Radio beats the heck out of that. So I chose to do this instead of real work and have never, ever looked back or regretted it. Well, there's been a lot of times I've regretted it. Yeah, a little questionable. I heard that, Megan. Right? So anyway, my wife gets to stay home today and work from home. That's one of the nice things about her job is she brought her computer from work home with her, which connects into their network. And we just hook it up in her office and boom, it's like she's back doing what she always has been. We did get a little run around. So last time this happened, wasn't last year, it was the year before, I think, that she took time off. And she brought her computer home, and we went to hook it up to her 2 monitors. And her main computer monitor has HDMI and digital optical out. Okay, digital optical looks like HDMI, but it's straight on one side and has a little wedge shape on the other. It's the new... Every 6-7 years ago, the engineers decide they've got a better connection type, and all of them suck. The only one that's not sucked has been USB-C because it's universal. It works upside down or right side up. But they always make it to where the first time you try to put the cord in is going to be wrong. Second time it's going to be wrong. Then either third or fourth time it will go in. You tell me how that works. I have no idea. But it's the engineer's fault. Yes, it is, and they all should be taken out back and beaten. Anyway, her computer monitor, the computer she brings from work has an HDMI input, and then it's got 2 or 3 optical inputs. But we didn't have an optical cable last time she brought it home. So apparently what I said at that time was, hey, let's order you an optical cable so that we can have that here ready so you can have both monitors just like you have at work whenever you have to bring your computer home to work. And she apparently said, okay. And I ordered it and then stuck it in a drawer and forgot it. So last night when I'm hooking up her computer, I'm like, why don't we have an optical cable? I know. Let's order you an optical cable so the next time you have your computer here at work or here at home, we can hook up both monitors for you. And then, just on a happenstance, it's been 2 years. I mean, come on. So just on happenstance, I happened to look in the drawer where we keep all those cables and found that, yes, I had ordered an optical cable. So I was able to hook them up for her. Yeah, Candace works from home too. Same, Greg. I'm telling for like your job situation, having to be out in it and be miserable like that. And listen, life is too short. You don't want to spend the next 40 years doing that. If you're not going to have 40 years, if you spend your life doing that, you will wear yourself out. There are better options out there that rather than the manual physical labor thing. There are. Megan says she dreamed she passed out in her kayak and drifted off into the trees, woke up wrestling with the blankets thinking she went through a spider web. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Megan. Wait a minute. Stop. Hold it. You smell that? Hold it. It's an inside joke. Sort of. It's more of an outside joke than an inside one. Yeah, Megan says, I want to be sunburnt on the river looking for my sunglasses. Wouldn't that be nice if that was the problem? What'd I do with my sunglasses? I did have to go to the eye doctor on last Thursday. I don't think I mentioned that. And my eye exam, it took over an hour. So my eye doctor tore his ACL playing basketball with people that were a lot younger than him because he still thinks that he's young and he is not. Anyway, he's been out for a while, so they've hired another lady to step in there to help out. She's really, really nice. I really liked her. She's an older lady, and she's from West Plains, which is where my wife, was born and raised. And I'm from down in that area, not from West Plains, but from that area. Anyway, so we got to catching up on stuff, and the next thing you know, an hour's gone by, and she's looking over numbers and stuff, and I don't know if she's doing figures in her head or what, but it's taken a while, and I'm like, are we done yet? It's like after 3 o'clock now. My prescription hadn't changed at all. Wait. That's right, Megan. Wait. Speaking of sunglasses, made me think of that because they apparently are Ray-Ban dealers and they also work on Ray-Bans. So my Ray-Bans, the little silver part on the front, on the little wings of the sunglasses, there is a silver part that fastens through the plastic to the arms, and that's what holds those in place. That's getting loose, and apparently they'll fix it because Ray-Bans are expensive and you don't want to have to replace them. So I was asking, can you fix these? And they were like, yes, we can. But they said, if you're willing to wait another half an hour to an hour, we'll get those. And I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. So I'll just get them next time I come in. So what else did we watch this weekend? We watched an entire series. We watched The Night Manager, got all caught up on that. We've been watching that on Prime. It's meh. What else did we watch? We watched The Pit. They really didn't have a gross out part on The Pit this week. I was kind of surprised by that. We watched the Steel. Is it called Steel? It's a British show. We watched the entire series last night. It was meh. We watched that His and Hers. So help me, Rhonda. The guy who plays on His and Hers, this is on Netflix. We've been watching it for a couple of weeks and we had stopped because there were better things to watch. The guy who plays on His and Hers, I need to look up his name. Yeah. Can't beat Ray-Bans, really. The only thing is that little silver part on the wings there, it will come loose. Sleepwalk, cheese and chocolate. What the heck? His and Hers cast. So, John Bernthal is the name of the actor. He was on Walking Dead. What else has he been in? He was in The Accountant 2. He was the Punisher. If you remember the Punisher, nobody does. He was the main guy in that. Odyssey, Daredevil, The Bear. He's been on The Bear. He is one of the most annoying actors I think I've ever seen in my life. Everything he does is over the top acting. He overdoes everything. And it makes me want to punch him out. He is very annoying as an actor. Bernthal. Yeah, block him. And the story, I will say, was pretty hackneyed, pretty stupid, until the very end. There was a twist at the very end I did not see coming, and I was like, actually regained a little respect for it off that ending, because I did not expect that at all. Oh my gosh, did you hear that? Girl fell through the ice and drowned. Steelville. It's going to be sunny today. That extreme cold warning is going to be lasting until 12 o'clock noon. Expecting the high to get up to around 21 this afternoon. But right now, it's just -3 in Joplin. Tonight's going to be clearing cold. Lows around 11. And on Tuesday, mostly sunny with highs near 31 and lows around 8. More cold temperatures throughout the rest of the week. KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is not showing anything over the 4 states. It is -3 in Miami. -5 in Jasper and -3 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app. So we're wanting to know, what is the craziest thing your pet's ever done? Especially your cats, especially during the winter when they begin to get a little cabin fever. What is the craziest thing your pet, no matter what it was, has ever done? 623-1025 to text or tell us yours, or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Luke Combs on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. Okay, what was I seeing? Oh, the girl breaking through the ice. Yeah, how horrific. And they were warning, don't go walking on ice on ponds or things like that because the ice can be very thin. Well, in this kind of weather is when it is okay to go walking on because it is not going to be thin. All surface water is going to be frozen. It could be frozen as far down as like 16 to 18 inches, which is plenty safe. I think you can drive on ice that is it 14 to 16 inches thick, is safe to drive on. I know like on Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, once the ice gets to be about 16 inches, they're fine with driving out onto it to do ice fishing. Oh, thank you, Megan. Yep. She's on it today. You know what? I have this somewhere. Come on. There it is. Okay. It's up. Only do that in Michigan. Yeah. They go out there in those little outhouse looking things that have runners on the bottom of them, and they just set them up there and they get inside them and they like can set up in those little shack things for like 5 or 6 hours ice fishing. Stupid. Megan says Canada, where the ice roads are, I believe it's 16 inches. Yeah, 14 to 16 inches, I think, is plenty. And the ice roads in Canada, semi trucks are driving on those. So I believe that's plenty. I think probably 4 or 5 inches is plenty to walk on. I don't want to endorse that or encourage anyone to do it, but if you were going to get out, my question is, why was this little girl out on the ice unsupervised? Ice shanties. Yeah, that's what they are, Bryson. Sounds Canadian, doesn't it? Canada. Greg said, drove all the way to Warsaw. Was told someone would be here by 7:30. No one's here, and I was even late. Are they coming? I mean, it's 8 o'clock. They're a half hour late, which this is another common thing across the construction industry. Meh, 7 o'clock. We'll tell you a time. Maybe we'll be there. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll show up. Maybe we won't. Timeliness or being on time, you know, I was always taught, especially in the Marines, if you're on time, you're late. You need to be there early for anything. And this is just par for the course for this industry. Maybe it'll show, maybe it won't. We let circumstance dictate when we're going to be there. Not that Greg, I'm talking about them just not showing up. I don't understand when or how that became the thing. Maybe it always has been. Yeah. I believe they're in Michigan, aren't they? Or is it Alaska? They're in Alaska, aren't they, where that's happening? Gotta block a... Okay. Gotta blog a spammer. What? It's not like I'm having to work. That's called fashionably late. When you say late for kickstanders, and I have been early before. I pretty much have to anymore because of Jen's seating fiasco. She always puts us in weird, and I'm like, no, you need to be here, and I need to be here, and everyone else can sit around us so that we can talk with everyone. Instead, she like puts me at one end and her at the other end, so we end up with two little cliques. And I'm like, no, let's seat it where we can talk to everyone. Shiala, it's this morning at around 9:30. We'll see you there. Greg says, this is a food pantry place. They're only open Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 1. But yeah, definitely told me someone would be here in order to work on their stuff before they opened. Yeah, so what the heck's up with that? Oh, I got busy, or I forgot, or got both legs cut off but didn't feel the need to call and let you know about it. It's just disrespectful. None of us, they would not want to be treated that way. But somehow they're better than you, and so therefore they justify in their minds treating you with the same amount of disrespect. Stupid. Shiala says nothing is open. I don't think that's an accurate statement. I mean, Shiala, this marker's open. Look. See? It's open. What? Rule is now to have the three of us in the middle somehow, always. Three of us? The three of who? Now, the rule is I'm in the middle on one side, Jen's in the middle on the other side. That way everyone can sit and we can all talk together with everyone. That's the rule. I don't know where this idea of spreading everybody apart. I'm like, because she did it one time. She did it a second time. The third time, I said, hey, this time, let's make sure we sit this way so that everybody gets the chance. Because there's people I don't even get to talk to at the lunches because of the way we've sat sometimes. And when I got there, she had done it again. And I said, nope, we're moving. And I made everybody move. It'll be the same story. We decided not to open due to the weather, which is fine. But they don't feel the respect or the need to let you know. I would charge them for the fuel and the time. An hour and a half. Good gosh. Yeah, I would charge. My time's valuable. It's time could be spent doing other things. Be like, I'm going to have to bill you for that because you didn't let me know. Totally justifiable. KIX 102.5, the four states number one for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:10. It's going to be sunny today and cold with an extreme cold warning that's going to be into effect until at least noon. Highs will eventually get up to around 21 this afternoon, but it's just -3 right now in Joplin. And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in 15 minutes, but we're talking about the craziest thing your pet has ever done, especially during cabin fever. My daughter had this stupid, fat throw pillow of a cat named Aslan that had flanks that were like mud flaps on him. He was so fat. And every now and then, especially during the winter, after he'd been in for too long, he would get a wild hair and try to tear across the room, you know, the way kittens and puppies do. The only problem is with Aslan is he weighed like 80, 90 pounds. So when he ran, it sounded like a Shetland pony going through your living room. Like that. What's the craziest thing your pet's ever done? 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Sam Hunt on KIX 102.5. Shetland pony. I would just see us riding Aslan. That stupid cat. Oh, so I'm chopped liver? What? What do you mean you're chopped liver? Find a huge, good place to add. That's what we need is a circle table. But even with the circle table, it does no good. It's stupid to have me and Jen sitting by each other and everybody else, which is fine for the people sitting here and here. But the people all the way across the table, it's very difficult to talk with. So we need to spread me and Jen out. We get to talk all the time. So it's not about her and I talking together. It's about everyone else, us getting to spend time with everyone else. It's -1 down in Frontenac. Temperature is going down. Actually, that's going up, Jimmy. That's the way negatives work. Negatives, as the number gets smaller looking, the temperatures. Do you understand? Integers, Jimmy? Here, Jimmy, smell of this. This will help. You'll be able to understand basic math principles then. So it like goes -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's actually going up. Like it's -5 in Pittsburgh and it's -3 in Joplin. Which one's colder? Which one's colder? -5 is colder because it's a lower number because the numbers go in the opposite direction. Never mind. I try to, here I am shivering over this hot microphone this morning. And to what gratitude does anybody, by the way, say, hey, Randy, thank you so much for putting your life at peril and risk this morning to come out and sweat over that hot microphone for us. Nobody does. Nobody. Not anybody. I about went off on a TSC employee Friday. He got 10 bags of wood pellets. There weren't any flat cart shows. He told the lady, I need 10 bags. She said, okay, pull over to the loadout and I'll have up. Don't make his math not Joplin. I'm trying to keep up with all this. And I'll have, and then he didn't finish the sentence. So now I'm in suspense here. What happened to the TSC? Yeah, Shiala, I will say this. Brickyard, did they never have a round table at Brickyard? They never did they? Where did we eat that had a round table? I can't remember where. Kathy said, is this a classroom segment? I don't want to think. Thank you, Jimmy. Are you entertained? What is his name? Australian dude, Gladiator. Are you not entertained? I guess I'd have to put on a little leather skirt to be able to, yeah. Then you'd be entertained. Oh, heck yeah. Megan ran out of characters. Oh, he said, someone over to load you out. I pull over and there's 2 people loading 10 bags of pellets. This lady comes around the corner and says, next time use a cart. Did Bricktown have a round table? Because I remember being over back in the corner that one time in the big long table. It was another time. Didn't get to talk to half of the people because they had us all the way down at one end and Jen and them all the way down at another. I said, let's not do that anymore. Let's make sure that we sit in the middle of the table, me on one side, you on the other, so that we can talk with everyone. It's the closest to a round table situation when we do it that way. It's like we can put our families wherever, but we need to be right in the middle across from each other so that we can talk with everyone. Okay, I'm having fun. Hold on. Okay, so every now and then we get text messages. These people, some of the listeners that listen to other stations are a little confused because they think they're listening to KIX, or they've got KIX's mentality. Our branding is done so well that even when they think they're calling the other station, they actually call us. Or when they think they're calling or texting the other station, they actually text us, right? Happens all the time. All the time. And it's because we do branding so well that even when you're not listening to us, you think you're listening to us. So somebody just messaged and said, my guess for the Brain Buster, which we don't do, was a library or a drive-in or a hayride. I have no idea what the question was, but I responded with neither of those are correct. The answer was actually Hitler. And we sit back and we wait. This was Sally Shoemaker, which apparently she took a moment from cobbling to be able to answer. The correct answer was actually Hitler. We're just going to wait. And what would be even better is if she realized her mistake and then texted, what do you mean Hitler? To Tom over at the other station, because Tom's going to go, actually, he's going to go, it's one of my listeners. THY sounds good. What is THY? Is that code, Sarah? I don't think it sounds good. Caramel and bacon, what? KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Want to know what is the craziest thing your pet has ever done? 623-1025. I don't think a horseshoe table would work because the people down on the ends would not be able to sit and talk with everyone. It kind of excludes those. I don't like excluding people. Person said like you had to help loading, except for Jimmy. I totally about excluding Jimmy. If you had to help loading 10 bags, I'm sorry you had to do your job and load 5 bags of pellets. If you don't like loading out stuff, I don't think you should work at a feed store. Whinies. Did you not tell them that's what the person said? On TSC? There weren't any flat carts. How about you get some more flat carts? I love being put in my place by a service industry person. That's one of my favorite things. Megan, stop that. Caramel and bacon. Caramel and bacon sounds good. I ate inappropriately three times this weekend. I had the steak with mashed potatoes and gravy and their bacon green beans over. I had that Friday night. Saturday, I had my breakfast, which my breakfast consists of that stupid, huge Western omelet that my wife makes, 2 hash brown patties, and 2 sausage. Oh, and 2 pieces of toast with apple butter. That's my go-to. Oh my gosh, it's the weekend. This is proof that God loves us breakfast, okay? And I had that Saturday morning and on Sunday morning, which usually I only have it once over the weekend, but I had it twice this weekend because, Jimmy says, Randy, you could play musical chairs and move around and talk to everybody. What a dumb idea, Jimmy. For one thing, I'd have to make everybody else move whenever I moved around to talk to everyone. For another thing, it defeats the purpose of going out to eat because I would not be able to eat with you. I would be busy moving around. It would be very disruptive that way. How about we do the common sense, logical thing, which is seat Randy and Jen in the middle where they can talk with everyone. No, that defeats all logic. That makes sense, actually. Why would we want to do something that made sense? That's something we're doing next. Let's set a timer and play. Megan, stop it. You're not helping things here. Jimmy, hey, Jen doesn't want to talk to you either. So, I mean, that may be a news flash, but... Kathy, stop it. It's dumb. Dumb. Yes, if you keep making bad suggestions like that, I'm going to cut both of you. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen. It's 8:21. It's going to be sunny today and cold. We do have an extreme cold warning in effect until 12 o'clock noon, and it's only -3 right now. We're talking about the craziest thing your pet's ever done. 623-1025. What is the craziest thing your pet's ever done, whether it's in winter when they were going cabin fever crazy or whenever? And whatever pet, too. What's the craziest thing your pet has ever done?
I have a Chihuahua dog, and she lets my little kitten suck on her nipples.
Whoa, wait a minute. What the heck?
Seriously, dude, it's crazy.
That's like breaking some of nature's laws or something.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. She just lets them go to town on her.
I don't think going to town is the way I'd want to refer to that either. What is the craziest behavior your pet's ever exuded?
Well, I got a Pekingese dog. He's probably about 4 or 5 years old, and he really loves our male cat, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no.
Really
no.
loves him.
Yeah, I guess you need to sit him down and have a talk with him, say, hey.
I've tried. He is fixed, so we're good there.
But what about the humiliation that poor cat's going through?
I know. You can tell, too.
And when you say, yeah, he's like, really, dude, you're not going to stop this? You're just going to let this continue? And when you say the dog is fixed, I don't think he's fixed at all. It sounds like he's very, very broken. What is the craziest behavior your pet's ever demonstrated?
How about rubbing his butt across the floor?
I'm pretty sure that's an indication of a much deeper problem. It might be a little itchy, in fact.
Mine don't do that very often.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I've found that it's a quick way to get uninvited from people's house when I do that at their carpet.
Oh, Lord. Probably.
There goes Randy again across the floor. We got to take him home now. Sorry, guys. Bye. What's the craziest behavior your pet's ever demonstrated? 623-1025 to text us or tell us. Or you can tell us on Facebook. It's the 4 states #1 for country. I got to change out this promo. That is 0043 0043. We got to do that here in a minute. 0043. I have to find the other one first. KIX imaging. There it is. promos. And this is Go for the Green. Because we're in our second week now of the Go for the Green contest. So the second one is
KIX 102.5. What happens in Vegas could be you watching the Masters in style. KIX 102.5 is sending you and a guest to Las Vegas April 9th through the 12th. We're talking a 3-night stay at the legendary Circa Resort and Casino. Airfare included, all from the heart of the action. Want in? Just enter daily.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure it was fixed, and that was 0043. So PR4 PR4 Okay. Let's go. Sun's warming things up. Megan says she sees steam rolling off the hay bales. Yeah, when they ignite, then you can go out and do your festive winter solstice dance or whatever. Christy, the reason your cat's so chill is because he's given up. See you, get you in the car. What are you talking about, Megan? Why do I feel like you've done that before? Bless Gina. I can see her trying to get you in the car. I'm missing part of that, so sorry. I want to get the full visual because, yeah, I like the idea of wrestling her to the ground going, no, I want to go! And that's happened a few times. I've found that the quickest way to dissuade her from trying to control me into any situation is to take off all my clothes and coat myself with Wesson cooking oil. She usually, by that time, she gives up. She's like, nope, all right, I'm done. We could always talk about Cece, whose favorite position has... Let's not talk about positions, Kathy. Can we not? Become anyone that helps her see the world upside down and is friends with the Australian Wheeler and tormenting everyone. What? Kathy, here, smell this. Dragging my butt across the floor, yeah. Especially after I've coated myself with Wesson cooking oil. It's got to be Wesson. Nothing but the best. Butt naked, coated in Wesson cooking oil. That's a good time, kids. And you know what? It's like, all the neighbors, they all get their kids, their family members together, and they're like, hey, come look, Randy's doing the oil butt slide thing. It's good fun. Turn the TV off and come out here, Grandma. You're missing it. Oh, yeah, it's Jim Bob, isn't it, Thomas? I just saw that. Morning, Jim Bob. Jim Bob just describes what she does. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. They've not responded to the Hitler thing yet. They're probably sitting in the dark going, trying to make it work. Because I don't know what the question was. So what could the question have been on that? The answer was library or a drive-in or a hayride. Okay. What do more people visit in the United States than anything else? Library, drive-in, or hayride? And I'd be like, no, the answer is Hitler. More people visit Hitler than... Come on, kids. Let's go say hi to the Fuhrer. Billy, did you bring the basket of rolls for Sig Heil? Newspaper. Down. I told you not to. I thought you liked it. Go do it in the snow. You go do it in the snow, Jimmy. Oh, that would require assistance, wouldn't it? Or a group participation. Don't force people to help you do it in the snow. Places people make out. Oh, the library drive-in. Oh, no. And Kathy, the answer is the answer is Hitler. So there's Ruth Ann going. Say Hitler. I don't. Yeah, that's all going on. The place more people make out is Hitler. Yes. The question actually, if they ask, you've had too much marker, Jimmy. Don't you judge my marker usage. You don't know. You don't know me. Okay, what I would do if they questioned, I'd be like, no, the question was, who is the person more people have made out with? Hitler. More people made out with Hitler than anyone else. Y'all smell that? Smells like Hitler. Doing it in the snow was not on my 2026 bingo card. Yeah, it's the wild card. It's the wild square, and it is wild. Here. Wait. Look, guys. Just imagine going through your living room, leaving a trail. Has she answered? No, she has not. That's what I'm saying, Shiala. She's not answered yet. I'm hoping, I'm figuring it's somebody named Ruth Ann or something, and she's sitting going, trying to make it work, you know. Where do more people make out? What's the place more people make out at? She said, library, drive-in, or a hayride. And I say, no, the answer is actually Hitler. So she's going, does she mean like a Hitler meeting? Maybe Hitler's birthday party? Something's wrong with your face, Jimmy. What are you doing now? I'm doing the whole butt slide, you know, the Wesson cooking oil. Come on, Shiala, follow along. How else are you going to join in if you don't know what's going on? You can't. You can't. You can try, but it's not going to work. Why are y'all drinking? Who has the problem now? Megan, Jimmy, I think y'all need to go to a meeting. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So we have a couple of new giveaways starting today. We've got the big game giveaway. It's the big one from Indigo Sky Casino that you don't have to make any picks for. All you have to do is just go get signed up at KIX1025.com. We've also got the winter cash giveaway that's going on right now. It's another chance to win cash, $5,000 that you could win at KIX1025.com right now. Not you, Jimmy. Oh, gosh. You know what would be really great? If we had some Applejack on a day like this, some warmed up Applejack on a day like this. Are you kidding? You would see me coated in Wesson cooking oil, dragging my butt. No, because that's going to discourage you. It would be the perfect. Christy, did you call her Magan? I like that. Magan? Christy will drink with you, Magan. Oh, no, Magan's nagging. All right. Here we go. All right. Diddle. Oh, gosh. KIX 102.5. You see booby down to buy. I need the cash to pay this gas bill I'm going to get. What? Where are you getting the gas bill? One of my favorite things to do on Saturday mornings is to stay in bed a ridiculously long amount of time till like 10 or 11 o'clock. And I watch TV from bed after eating my breakfast. I lay there and I watch them renovate old cars. And there's a couple of shows from out of Texas and Louisiana where they do ridiculous car rebuilds. And it just makes me ill knowing that I'll never own one of those cars. You'd think, right? That would have been great. Can you imagine a day like today on like that stuff? That would have been amazing. Curly-headed short girls are trouble. Okay, let's see what is going on in the news. Reddit had a new deal. People who have conducted job interviews. I've been one of those people before. Shows up. Total lack of judgment on someone's part. What's something someone did or said that made you instantly decide not to hire them? This is a good one. So some of the responses were, so are any of the women who work here hot? This guy says, as soon as the guy I was interviewing sat down, he pulled a can of tobacco out of his pocket, put a dip in his lip, and asked me for a spit cup. Can't wait to get him in the office. This lady said she was interviewing a person for an IT position and asked a basic question about virus removal, and the candidate she was interviewing said, oh, I don't know. My husband does all that. So this guy says he was interviewing a girl, and she sat down, plunked her purse on the desk, and started with, I need to let you know I have issues. Oh, my gosh. It just made me think. We brought in, so it's not uncommon when there is a major candidate position at KIX or one of our stations for us to fly in people from other cities, put them in a hotel, take them out to dinner that night, you know, with the company, with the station manager and the owners. Usually I'm there. And for one reason or another, usually I just show up. They don't ask me to come. I just show up uninvited. We had brought in this one girl who was interviewing for the co-host position on Morning KIX. And I forget where this girl was from. This was a long time ago. Probably 14, 15 years ago. And they brought her in. We picked her up at the Joplin airport. So she flew to Kansas City, and from Kansas City, I think, down to Joplin at that time. Hold on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:38. Going to be cold today. That extreme cold temperature warning is in effect till 12 o'clock noon, and it's only -3 right now in Joplin. It's like -11 over in Cherryville, Kansas. They can keep that over there, by the way. We're going to give you a look at the weather forecast in the next hour. Plus, we've got the Monday edition of the Morning KIX Takeover starting in just 15 minutes. But right now, we're talking about the craziest thing your pet has ever done. 623-1025 to text or tell us, what is the craziest thing your dog or pet or cat or whatever has ever done?
We have a dog in our backyard that's about 8 months old. We got him when he was just a couple months old.
Yeah.
And I have a porch swing on my deck, and he has decided that's his porch swing, and he gets on it and swings himself.
Now, if only he could go, woo! Well, he was on it. You'd be here out there in like 2 o'clock in the morning. Whee! Get off the swing, Blackie! 623-1025. What is the craziest thing your dog or cat or pet has ever done?
Well, I have a Yorkie. She's a big one, a 10-pound Yorkie. But every time somebody gets ready to leave our house, she thinks she has to have a snack. And if you don't give it to her right away, she will run across the house and jump and pounce on you.
You know what? I think we figured out why you have a 10-pound Yorkie.
Yeah, probably so.
What is the craziest thing your pet's ever done?
I have a lab that likes to snuggle with our bunny rabbit.
Really? And not eat it?
Yeah. Nope. They're best friends. Like, I thought she was going to eat it, but they are best buddies. I have pictures of them snuggling on the couch together.
Weird. What's the craziest thing your pet's ever done? That's what we're wanting to know. And you can text or tell us yours at 623-1025 or tell us on Facebook. It's the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. Okay, so I was telling you about this job candidate. Hold on. Phone's ringing. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What's the craziest thing your pet's ever done?
I have a Chihuahua, and she sits on the bench at the kitchen table. She got so excited one night, she jumped up in the middle of the kitchen table while we were eating.
She's like, it's a food fight!
Yes. It was hilarious. The look on her face was priceless when she realized what she had done.
Oh, no, they're going to kick me out.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
So anyway, this person got here, went over and picked them up, and they came in, and she was like really sweaty, and body odor was a problem. So we said, I realized it. She didn't say anything about it. And I said, hey, how about I take you over to the hotel and let you can go ahead and check in and kind of get freshened up before we go to dinner and meet everybody. And she's like, all right. So I drop her off. I come back to the company and wait for her call. Well, she doesn't call. She doesn't call. We wait and wait and wait. Next thing I know, it's like 6:30 and we're trying to call the hotel, trying to track her down. Well, she has left the hotel, has met someone, gone downtown. Finally, she shows up. They drop her off here at the radio station. We come in for the interview. She's been drinking. She's not drunk yet, but she's been drinking. She has an emotional breakdown in our conference room, totally for no reason. I mean, we're just meeting her. We're shaking hands. We're like, where do you guys want to go eat? And hey, we're really looking forward to getting to know you and finding out more about you. And we was telling her a little bit. Gave her a tour of the station. And when we got back into the conference room, she just breaks down crying. I don't know what I'm doing. This is so much pressure. And she's shaking and everything. We finally get her calmed down. And we decide that we will table this. The owners are like, we are not hiring anyone that cannot control their emotions better than that. And so I take her back to the hotel. I say, I tell you what, get some rest. Your flight leaves tomorrow at noon. She was just there for, that night to talk and meet with everybody. I said, let's take you back to the hotel. You get your rest and everything. And in the morning, we will talk. We'll try to figure out a time when you can come in and talk with everyone. She's like, okay, eventually. And then she starts calling that night, me and the station manager. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I was just so nervous and tired and blah, blah. And that may have been true, but still. And we were like, no problem. We're just trying to, it's no problem. It's all right. You guys don't know what you'll be getting with me is such an asset, blah, blah, blah. She starts trying to sell herself. And we're like, gotta go. Talk to you tomorrow. Well, the next day, we don't answer her calls. We send a car to get her, who takes her to the airport. And the whole time she's trying to reach out, she sends emails and everything, trying to do damage control. It's too late. And we just let her go. We just didn't want to have anything else to do with her. It was insane. It'll get made. Megan says, I don't know. Okay, Megan, I'm from Missouri. You got to show me. And until you show me, it ain't being made. Need stock up on cider first, but finding the good side, it's not sold out is key. That sounds like an excuse, not key. It sounds more like an excuse. Yeah, she was. And, you ever get those feeling about certain people? You're like, hey, this person not only is crazy, they're dangerous. She was that. I really expected her to pull a gun out of her bag and start shooting. I'm like, because her application seemed spot on. She had to go through 2 or 3 elimination processes to make it up to that interview round. And somehow she made it by all those. And I'm usually pretty stringent with my interview process. Usually there'll be a phone call or two, and there was with her at least one phone call that did not give me any red flags. No red flags when I picked her up from the airport, except I thought, oh my gosh, this girl smells so bad. And that's why I recommend it. But from that point on, it was like over the cliff, down into the river, and over the waterfall. Kathy, I've never gotten any, and my behavior has not had anything to do with it. So I think I can be however I want to, and the outcome's still going to be exactly as it has been up to this point. Yeah, it was crazy. That's the craziest one I've ever had to deal with. This one says, had a guy show up to a design interview with all of my work in his portfolio. That's usually a red flag. This guy said she brought her boyfriend to the interview and the boyfriend answered all the questions for her. This guy said the guy I was interviewing pulled his pants down to his knees to tuck in his shirt, didn't break eye contact with me as he stood up to do it. Red flag. During a Zoom interview, the person I was interviewing literally ran every question through an AI app and was reading the output to me. This person asked, what is your policy on fighting? Oh, here's one. A lady said, I worked at a big box retailer, Walmart, and got called up to the service counter to deal with a customer who was berating the employee behind the counter, referring to her as this B word. I asked her to lower her voice and please stop being disrespectful to my employee. She eventually calmed down enough, and we resolved the situation at the service desk. As I turned to walk away, she said, anyway, I'm here for a job interview. Let me make a prediction on that. Oh my gosh. So tomorrow on the show, we're going to be talking about what do you think is overpriced? We check this once every couple of years or so because there are some things that are stupid overpriced just because they know they can gouge it to you and you don't really have a lot of say in the matter. Milk is the number one thing we always say is overpriced. For correlation, what you pay for gas as opposed to what you pay for milk. Could you imagine if you had to pay for gas what you do for milk? Plus, we'll be celebrating the ice and snow scrape off still. Oh my gosh, we got to go after this. Well, Sally Shoemaker never did message back on Hitler being the place that she made out the most. I'm really disappointed. Maybe tomorrow there'll be an answer there. Kathy said, let her know what kind of cider you need. The kind you drink, Kathy. Come on. I'm hoping a gallon for every birthday this. Yes. $5.18 for a gallon of milk. Good gosh. So what else is overpriced? What else is so stupid that they price gouge you with it? Electricity, water. There are a number of things. Scraping ice. We're going to be scraping ice tomorrow. Get your ice scraping pants on. I did use the Walmart app the other day for gas when I was over at Sam's the other night, but I forgot to do the scan thing, so didn't get the price off. Hi, KIX 102.5, the 4 states number one for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen at 8:49. It's going to be sunny today, but we've got that extreme cold warning going until at least 12 o'clock noon. And highs this afternoon only supposed to get up to around 21 degrees. Still -3 in Joplin right now. And we've got the Morning KIX Takeover Monday edition getting ready to start in just 5 minutes. But we're talking about the craziest, most ridiculous thing your pet's ever done at 623-1025. Or you can tell us on Facebook, what's the stupid, ridiculous thing your pet's done?
I used to have this Chihuahua, and anything that was black, my brother's pants, the cat, anything, he had to hump it. He wouldn't have anything that was black. He just had to hump. It wasn't no question.
Why are you so color obsessed? Anything that's black, he's like, oh my gosh, look at that.
I think he might be racist. What? What's the ridiculous thing your pets do?
My craziest pet used to bark, I love you, when you talk to him.
Yeah.
You'd say, I love you, and it would, I love you. It was cute as hell.
What is the craziest thing that your pet's ever done?
My daughter, she has a cat, and every time we sit down to a meal, she has to have her place at the table. And so she just sits there, and I thought it was very odd. She never gets into anything. I was just like, this is just too weird.
She sits at her own chair at her own place at the table.
Yeah.
Does she beg for your food?
Never.
Just sits there.
She just sits there and got perfect manners.
I think I would feel a little judged if I was sitting there eating and my dog wasn't. He was just looking at me like that.
I was like, oh, this is too weird.
You not gonna share your food with me? No. What is the craziest thing your pet's ever done?
Okay, my parents had a beagle and a calf, and the calf was a milking calf.
Yeah, like bottle fed.
And the beagle would go over every time, and the calf would actually
Oh no.
make the dog very happy.
What? No,
like,
no.
2 or 3 times a day that beagle would be over there with the calf. It would just lay on the ground, and the calf would just go over and just
no
punch
descriptions
the little
needed.
puppy. And so my mom made my dad get rid of both of them. She's like, we are not eating that cow, and that dog is stupid, so we need to get rid of it.
No, that is a sin before God. 2 or 3 times a day. Well, yeah, it was. What is the craziest thing your pet's ever done? 623-1025 to text us yours. Or you can tell us on Facebook. We've got the Morning KIX Takeover starting in just 4 minutes on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. We made it, kids. Yay. Nothing caught on fire yet. Still time. Okay, tomorrow, what is overpriced? 623-1025. Think about it. Tell us tomorrow. We'll see if Sally Shoemaker ever responds to making out at Hitler. Hopefully. I'll forget all about that, so you guys will have to remind me. Megan. Yeah, I did go. Oh, talking about keeping things from freezing, I did actually go home. I realized my pool fill hose was still on one of the faucets, so I got out a pair of pliers, channel lock pliers, and took that hose off, and got the faucets dripping. I don't think I would have needed it, but better safe than sorry. Everything overpriced, Sarah says. All right. Have a great Monday, everybody. Stay safe. Stay warm. Make Applejack. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.